Alright, gonna be starting the evening today with Chive from Poland versus Reef Goldest from UK. Chive has had a couple of matches so far on the screen. I think won both of those. First one was against Lucy, if I recall correctly. Lucy Ramlethal. Second was Chingo Chip. Yeah, that was Chive Milia versus Chingo Chip. And now third week in a row, challenged by another opponent. First time we'll see Reef play, so interested to see how that's gonna happen. Milia versus Goldest. I guess I'm still a little torn about Goldest matchups. Not actually sure what Goldest's good matchups are. At the start, obviously people were saying, oh, Goldest doesn't have any good matchups, and it's mostly hopeless, but judging by how much people do play the character, it definitely doesn't feel so. Goldest is surprisingly popular. It's like you can't scroll past a single event without seeing at least somebody playing Goldest. Yeah, you would imagine Goldest fares fairly okay against pixie characters, especially if those characters like can't keep him out. I imagine Goldest struggles the most against the actual good zoners, like I guess Happy Chaos, Axel. What else is there? Maybe Faust, Nago. But other than that, probably decent against most. Only clear good matchup is Potemkin? Yeah, I do wonder. But people are still wreaking havoc on this character. I think we're gonna be later joined by our good man ZoKHiZ, but for now, probably gonna fly into the first set of the evening. Oh, by the way, moved in on the new crib. Haven't placed any furniture yet, but I mean, one step at a time. All right, put up the prediction. Chive versus Reef Goldest. Opening it up with the good old close slash anti-air. Pretty much every character who has a decently like upwards oriented close slash is gonna enjoy those big counter hit starters of that close slash. Ooh, missing the combo there. And immediately you can see single combo drop into a punish. Goldest is gonna deal quite a bit of damage if you let him. Trying to keep corner at all costs, using burst in the process, and gets it. Chive opens it up with a pretty decisive one. It's like, other than that one combo drop, didn't really make too many mistakes. But again, a single hit that's like simple 1-2 air to air into Behemoth Typhoon. That's already 1/3 of Milia's life gone. Who didn't feel like it was close enough. Probably the normal air dash wouldn't have made there against the gun. But now, got the corner, the pressure, ooh, the air dash forward. Catches Reef with the second overhead. Ooh, it was almost so close, the jump slash from Goldest. Barely getting stuffed. Again, that's only 2 touches. Reef needs 1, but good footsies there. Dash forward, 6B. Tagging the high profile poke from Reef.
Duel 1.
Alright, first hit has been landed. That's so crazy watching like any Pixie characters like Milia, Chip versus Goldest. Milia's barely been touched at all, and already it's like one combo away from getting killed. Man, you gotta play so tight. Doesn't quite get the wall stick, but maintains the good position. Nice air dash out of the corner. But Chive, super ready to chase. And the air to air, the classic jump slash. One of Milia's best air buttons, to be honest. I guess both of these characters have really awesome jump slashes, able to defend your airspace. Especially as like neutral jump, as a preemptive button or jump back, you can defend a lot of space with both of these characters' jump slashes. Ooh, thought the better of it. We saw that situation earlier. Takes out the gun. But Chive was already airborne here, comboing towards the corner. Here we go. Get the knockdown. And another hit. Doesn't unfortunately have meter here for the heart knockdown. So gonna go back to neutral. Potential for Reef to still bring it back. Is that gonna be it? That should be it. Gets the wall slam. And the kill. 2 in a row.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, we got the throw. Ooh, alright. Opting to not set up the disc here. Probably as a burst bait. Alright, and now, when the burst is gone, we can go to town. Air to air. Doesn't quite manage to convert it. Wall has a lot of damage, and it's gonna be it. So far, the only hits that Reef has managed to land are very stray ones. Here's another one, and immediately you can feel it. Chive definitely feels every one of those hits. Ooh, actually, that's super. Erases all the bullets. That's a great response, especially since Reef's back was against the corner, getting that extra 50 damage there at the end. Oh, and another super as an anti-air. I think Reef had already committed to the forward dash. And even though in Strive, you can block fairly fast after inputting your air dash command, or wait, I think it's only for buttons. You can cancel the air dash into buttons very fast, but you still shouldn't be able to block for a certain period of time. Alright, the minigun. Catching the full screen, hair car, and another good anti-air. Man, anti-air in Goldest is not the easiest thing, so good on Chive so far here. Now getting the clean setup for the disc, but no worries. Resets after a reset. As long as you're ready to play the next situation, we're all fine. Oh, that's not quite enough. But again, using the super full screen, reading that minigun from Goldest. Jump slash into a big conversion. Ooh, doesn't manage to time the meat perfectly. Again, as soon as Chive gets touched, immediate burst. Yo, is that... Chive just seems to have the read in every single one of these situations. That's like... Reef has taken the minigun out like 5 times, and 3 out of those times Chive just supered. I wonder if that's on reaction. Yeah, look at that! He's gotta be buffering it! Man, that's a... What a statement! Ooh, barely missing the combo, but the full screen hair car. That's gonna discourage Reef taking out the minigun at all at this point.
Duel 1.
It takes a little bit of time, not only for the move itself to come out, but for those bullets to also travel, especially if you're full screen, probably gives you like a decent amount of time to react. Alright, set it, staying very safe. Chive opting to go with like as long as a opponent has burst here, Chive choosing to go fairly conservative on the Oki department. But now looking like a pretty decent round for Reef. Needs one more touch. But man, the anti-airs from Chive just keep coming. It do be hard. Like Reef hasn't been able to get into that position very comfortably. And the winger, that probably is not going to be enough. Goldest is a fairly thick boy. Man, what a comeback there. Chive was basically one hit away from getting knocked out for the duration of like half a minute. Alright, back to neutral. And back to looking for that one big hit on Milia. But Milia, Chive, staying very elusive again. It's like, either that's like the best reach in the world I've seen so far, or Chive is doing that on reaction. This time doesn't unfortunately have the meter. And it's Reef who's throwing out the super. Keeping Chive blocking. And there it is again. As soon as Chive sees Goldest go airborne, the 6P. And that's kind of what you have to do. Because even though Goldest doesn't have the fastest jump around, it's like the frames of the jump, like you start coming down really fast. If you jump, then hit jump D immediately, it's gonna be kind of hard to reaction anti-air unless you're Twitch reacting to Goldest's like legs getting off the ground. Alright, RC to stay safe. The counter RC. The good thing about Goldest, as long as you can land some stuff on block, as long as you can land a couple of behemoths on block, you're gonna do a lot of chip damage, but so far, Reef hasn't quite managed to do even that. Chive is just doing everything they can to stay untouchable. Straight 5B anti-air, leading into the Oki. There it is, running into the Skyfish. Now, one good hit could be the first round for Chive. Sorry for Reef. Ooh, that was dangerous. Chive almost had the 50 meter there to throw out counter super. There we go. We haven't nailed the coffin shot just yet. We need to get another one in a row to put ourselves on board. The Bad Moon gets the heart knockdown, finds the low, immediately into the wall break. Smartly uses the 15% here to get the heart knockdown. And what's the mix gonna be? Ooh, just chooses to take it safe. Probably saying, alright, come to me. I have the life lead. Ooh, finding big hits though. That's a good juggle. Is that... Oh, that might have actually been the kill if Reef managed to get a wall stick there. Nice punish there. 6P on block with no cancel. Oh, that's gonna be enough. Was that chip kill? I think that was chip. Again, that time Chive didn't have the 50 meter that they've been using for the most part to counter that full screen minigun. Oh, he had the meter, did he? Yeah, I wasn't looking at Chive's meter as he started blocking that string. Ooh, the cross up though. Again, just a couple of stray hits. Landed. And almost all of Milia's life already gone. Now, very close to the chip range. At this point, Chive really can't afford to block, but what can you do there? The the YRC into a block string. Nice, managed to get out though. Here's a chance for Chive to turn it all back, as long as we can keep the pressure going. Now back to neutral. This situation has happened so many times. One last hit. Chive with a positive bonus. Burst used. There we go. Manages to tag Chive running forward. It do be like that with these super mobile characters. You're good at running forward, good at closing the distance. Sometimes you might end up running into the opponent's buttons. Another good anti-air. Doesn't quite manage to get a clean conversion out of it. But speaking of clean conversions, taking it to the corner. Oh! Almost a fatal combo drop. That could have been bad. Self-cornering there. Alright, dash into a throw. Needs one more hit. Reef has the burst, but probably the best course of action is to hold the burst for the last round. Would be super, super dangerous to use that burst right there for an opportunity to take that round back. Hitting a stray one. Ooh, that's a big one. Look at that bounce. Ah, Chive was feeling that damage coming in. Got decent value out of that burst, even though they whiffed it. Burst baited for Chive here. And work towards the corner. Doesn't have the 50 meter, unfortunately, to get the heart knocked down. And a lot of meter for Goldest instead. Gets stacked on the way out. There we go. This time close enough. But the Turbo Fall actually ended up putting Chive behind Reef. I wonder, that's been the maneuver that Chive has been preferring. When they are in the air and they see Reef take out the minigun, they've been going for the Turbo Fall quite often. Using the double air dash there though. I think it should be fairly simple for Milia to catch Goldest in that position, because you do have that extra air dash compared to other characters. But now Chive with so much meter available. This time, nice! The stubby air dash of Goldest doesn't actually working for Reef this time. But doesn't quite manage to close out the round. This is gonna be super important for Reef, because if he loses this one, if Chive manages to get this game, they will go to 6, and then the struggle will start. Minute burst, yeah, there we go, once again, erasing every single bullet on the way there. This is gonna be a toughie for Reef. Ooh, missing the throw, but not able to react to it on time. And just like we said, Chive goes to 6 point. Reef now has to win 5 in a row to bring this back. The anime dash, full screen. Oh yeah, again, the Turbo Fall in that situation is kind of slow. It doesn't really work as, doesn't really like recover as fast as in older games, I wanna say. You can definitely use that to sort of waste time. I guess it depends on your timing. If you time your dash and then Turbo Fall behind them, you should be able to still get a punish. Now Chive working with a decent round here. This should be a wall stick. And one more touch. Reef with 100 meter. Fires it, but it does take a little while before that laser beam comes out. And Chive risking it for the biscuit, trying to get there before Reef gets to do anything. And now on a fast set point. It's been rough for Reef in this matchup. Chive has just managed to land hits so consistently at neutral that the massive damage of Goldest hasn't been much of an issue here. And that should be it, yeah. Closes it out with an RC connection. Wham bam! Chive managing to stay vigilant enough through the set to take out Reef 7-2. Third victory in a row here. 3 weeks straight. Chive, looking honestly, fairly good. All right, next up, we've got NKellyy Soul from Austria facing off against our Finnish boy KS, another Goldest set. Now, I keep saying how popular Goldest is, and like the amount of Goldest matches we have here on Bounty Hunters there's like almost every single week there's at least 1 or 2, sometimes even 3 Goldest matches. Also, if you've seen the Bounty Hunters tier list, so to speak, Goldest actually has, I think, the best win rate at the moment. Potentially tied with, I can't remember who it is, but I mean, you know, data doesn't lie, does it? Now, who's the best character in the game? Huh? You other top tier scum? Alright, let's see. We have 1 player in the lobby already. Which one is it? I wish they didn't have the speech bubble here. There's so many things I would definitely as a tournament organizer change about how the lobby system is ran. Can I even press anything to take out the speech bubble? I can. So is KS, let me fire a... Ooh, there's NKellyy. Hell yeah. Alright, the matchup we've seen quite a few times. Soul versus Goldest. Soul definitely has what it takes to take down Goldest. Goldest has the damage, but I mean, Soul being celebrated as one of the most explosive characters in the game as well. Doesn't really matter, like doesn't really care about Goldest's rewards that much. And since Soul also has pretty decent buttons for pretty much any range, I feel like this is probably like one of those tough matchups for Goldest potentially, even if it's not a character who necessarily limits your mobility that much or is able to zone you out. I mean, Soul kind of has like Gunflame and especially 6S, so yeah, look at that. If it's even frames, 6S tends to get there on time before any of your behemoths manage to go active. Ooh, that's a big one. Ah, but a little too high there on the bounce. Ooh, big overhead swing. Getting decent damage, switching up the sides. Ooh, the Vortex goes under. NKellyy, very avid user of the Vortex for sure. Was that able to recover in time? Yes, it was. The counter super should take it. Man, slightly unfortunate there. NKellyy going for the command grab a little too early. But I guess in that situation, could you say it was a setup? You could potentially purposely whiff the throw too early to make them twitch. So I guess it ended up working out for NKellyy. Ooh, big counter hit here. White managed to pick it up. Under the drone. Once again, this should be a wall break. Ooh, actually, that's smart. Ending the combo before the wall break happens to keep the position. Honestly, I guess for Soul, it doesn't really matter that much, especially if you have a life lead. You will happily, most of the time, break the wall, even if you don't have the super, but... I mean, small optimizations. If you can, like, sort of manage to reset the situation, end the combo before the wall break, and the next touch will kill them, it's actually optimal. Running into the minigun once again. Now, KS has a decent position. Whoa! What a ballsy reversal option there. Coast to coast. Choosing to cash it out here. Ooh, is that gonna hit? Close enough, yeah. I think if the super shouldn't be able to punish Bandit, but I think NKellyy was hitting a button afterwards. The new patch, Bandit Revolver, now you have to manually input the second hit, so it can be kind of tricky sometimes. It's sort of a frame trap situation when you block the first hit. Ooh, through the drone once again. And KS manages to get the reversal out in time. NKellyy didn't use the FD there. As one of the classic ways to chip your opponent out. Take out the minigun. It's gonna hit for quite a few hits, especially at security level 2. Nice, gets the DP punish. Very important against Soul. The SDP, even though they put a little bit of extra recovery on it, still recovers pretty fast. Nice, gets a punish and gets the kill. It's gonna be super important to get those Vortex punishes out, especially against Soul players who like to swing wild with it. There's a lot of stuff you can go under it, and even like a wild, seemingly random Vortex can lead into a lot of damage. It's super important that you put your own risk reward on the table and punish it with your best combo whenever possible. Now NKellyy meeting KS in the air. Very decent conversion. One hit away. Ooh, just swings the big Behemoth Typhoon and cashes it out. NKellyy not wanting to burst that one. Does he time it right? Actually times it perfectly. That was... I think that was checkmate after KS jumped, because Goldest doesn't have a double jump right. It's one of those situations, one of the few situations where you can actually make use of Heavy Mob Cemetery as sort of an you know, anti-air option. When they've exhausted their air options and they're already coming down, there's pretty much nothing they can do to dodge it anymore. Ooh, that's a level 3, I think. Was NKellyy able to block on time? Yes, they are! One more touch. KS has to be really careful here, and in the corner position. Nice! Jumps over. Here we go. First used by NKellyy. Both players being so careful. They're not hitting as many buttons as they would usually. Not able to get a big conversion, and there it is once again. The Vortex. The classic. Unless, like, what do you have to do as Goldest? You would probably have to use something like just fish with neutral 5k. 5k actually has a very decent protected hitbox and is able to stomp Soul out of that Vortex, but like, other than that, I don't think Goldest has a lot of like safe options to whiff, to fish for that vortex. Nice, switching sides, sending KS. Ooh, actually gets a wall stick as well. Soul damage. Yeah, it doesn't matter, even if you're the fattest character in the game in terms of defense. Soul will definitely still do a number on you, and there it is. The frame trap between the bandit revolver hits. That's kind of the threat you put on the table if you want to play those, you know, one-hit bandits and then threaten with a pressure reset. I mean, usually your opponent wouldn't want to let it go, but the threat of the second bandit revolver hit, hitting as a counter hit, will lead into pretty decent damage. Oh no, fireworks! Dialing the number, calling the dummy. Okay, still has a decent chance here. The cross up makes the DP whiff and gets, was that a punish? And NKellyy has a lot of meter on the table that could potentially be a lot of vortexes. Oh, there we go once again. I think that's gonna hit, yeah. Man, is Goldest? Goldest might actually be a matchup where Heavy Mob Cemetery does stuff. 2 out of 2 has been able to make both of those HMCs land so far. 5k barely whiffing. The cross up from KS, yielding very nice damage. There's the gold burst. Ooh, that should be a... Yo, that's actually a good option as well. So when they RC and see you airborne, usually in that situation, you have pretty much no other option but to try to break the throw if your opponent decides to go for the air throw. But since throws are since bursts are no longer air throwable in Chive, a gold burst is another option that you can try to use if you haven't inputted anything yet. Because I think you, just like in older games, you can't cancel your recovery with a gold burst. But if you are neutral, that is definitely an option. Ooh, ran straight into the Behemoth Typhoon. Nice, jumping over 2S. 6S. The jumps are... The aggressive jumps are honestly what, you kind of have to play against Soul. Who is that gonna be? It drops the combo. Was probably worried about NKellyy building up the burst back, and now NKellyy getting an opportunity to run this back, but they gotta play it perfectly. Can't get hit even once, and there it is! There's the hit! Did what they could. I think that the OTG burst was pretty much the only way they could save themselves. KS was going for that OTG gun, but a very safe approach there from KS. Wait, can the minigun actually hit OTG? I think it can, right? Decent start to the round here. Both players interrupting each other's strings. The S, Volcanic Viper, still hits behind. There we go. Doesn't quite get there. Doesn't get, quite get there with the air dash, but the added momentum of Bandit Bringer. Nice. NKellyy chose to not go for the meaty and was able to hit the reversal after that super flash. Another really nice thing that I love about Chive, that you can actually buffer inputs during your opponent's super flash. So reversal supers are so sort of counter supers as reversal are so easy to get out while your opponent is doing a super flash. This shouldn't hit throw, yeah. Regular back jump, just like that. Ooh, misses the gold burst as well. And man, is it dangerous to whiff gold bursts on Chive, because you still have that long recovery, unlike the older games. Vortex punished once again. Good. Doesn't let that slide for free. Very important hit for NKellyy, able to seize the momentum, get out of the corner once again, yeah. Even if the air dash doesn't get you quite there, the Bandit Bringer doing the rest of the job. Ooh, big one. He managed to... Doesn't quite manage to flip the position, but... being very respectful of that reversal super. Was shimming, waiting if KS wanted to hang themselves. Didn't see reactions, so just went for the throw. Very nice for NKellyy. The big round start. Behemoth Typhoon immediately returned by NKellyy's DP. Oh, that's gonna be a whiff though. And KS has been so ready to punish every single one of those whiffed or blocked DPs from Sol. Ooh, this might be checkmate. NKellyy has to use almost all of their metal to try to sort of push KS back and protect themselves against the impending chip kill. Nice jump over. Again, like I was saying earlier, it's super important that you just don't stand there and take the perfectly spaced gun flames, the spaced 6S's. Whenever you can, jump over and take the big punish opportunity, especially with gun flame. Like 6S cancel into gun flame. One of the most classic ways for Sol to create frame advantage. Nice. The super evaded, and this should be a cake. Oh, drops it though! Yo, that's a big mistake for NKellyy. There's an opportunity for KS here to still steal the round back. Oh no, is he gonna? He's actually gonna do it. Straight into the Behemoth Typhoon, misses the combo. Oh my goodness. The chip kill is real, yeah. What can you do there? The Behemoth Typhoon at that range, it's so likely that you're gonna have to block a couple ones. And KS making big use of that missed combo from NKellyy. Sometimes it do be like that. Yeah, there it is, jumping over. The fires, the flame. Alright, getting it all started. Unfortunately, full screen minigun, even though it is a good tool to tag your opponent with, it doesn't necessarily give you like it doesn't guarantee you getting a meaty situation afterwards. Right, RC. Oh, misses the combo though. And NKellyy this time around plagued by a lot of combo drops. Still gets it though. Sol flows pretty well against Goldest, so even if you drop a couple of combos, as long as you're not getting punished, you should be fairly good. You have your plus frames, you have your... If you manage to reset into a tick throw situation, that's still pretty good. Okay, yes. Ooh, faking with the cross up. There we go. That's... NKellyy still has the burst. KS trying to play it safe. There's the burst from KS. Again, NKellyy trying the gold burst. But it doesn't end up paying off for him. Now the chip damage coming in. Nice whiff punish there against the Behemoth Typhoon, but it's not enough. Again, swinging wild with Vortex, but KS is so ready to block those. Ooh, this time hitting the jump D a little too early. Is this actually gonna hit? No sir, no Guilty Gear stuff for you today. Guilty Gear very known for those massive hitboxes that hit behind you, especially if your opponent shoves themselves into you. But now, you know, hunting for the last hit. KS has to be super careful here. Yeah, missing a lot of Behemoth Typhoons. And NKellyy has been showing the tendency, especially towards the later rounds, that they are trying to fish for that whiff punish on the Behemoth Typhoons. There is massive recovery on those things. Oh, doesn't manage to pick up that counter hit. Oh, missed the punish as well. That's big. That might be big. Both players with the throw. Oh, gets the air throw. Meets NKellyy in the air. No fear. 1 pixel of health. KS tying it up 4-4. Yo, some of these rounds have been so hecking tight. NKellyy managing to land a big hit here. The gold burst. RC, get back in there. Man, every single block string that Gold Plus manages to land on you, at worst case scenario, usually means you're taking quite a bit of chip damage on the way out. Again, perfect spacing for that gun flame. Gets the wall break. Unfortunately, very close to the 50 meter. Has to let KS go back to neutral. Ooh, KS is so ready. No RC? I think there might have been a kill there, but the last-ditch effort, the YRC, yeah. The YRC was super smart there. I think if NKellyy doesn't use that YRC, even if they FD, they're just gonna die there. There's no way they're gonna get out. And luckily the YRC was close enough that time. Or rather, KS was close enough so that the disjoint didn't play part in any of baiting games. Ooh, speaking of baits though, NKellyy taking KS's burst. I think they can block. Yep. Dash forward, get the punish. Can't get a massive one without meter here. A small chance for KS still. But, I mean, they've made it happen before. There we go. Finds the trade after the jump in. Decent advantage here for the last round for NKellyy. Has the burst, while KS with their burst earlier last round. So probably not gonna build it back, and doesn't look like so. NKellyy, couple of very damaging combos. Oh, the frame trap! Yeah, lots of plus frames for that Fafnir. Fafnir into 6S. Especially characters who don't have like a good 6P. That's gonna be kind of hard to interrupt. Now that you can actually interact with Soul's 6S, you know, vanilla patch, vanilla Soul, you couldn't really try to interrupt the 6S or Footsie with the 6S from full screen with 6Ps. Because the 6S would just hit way too low. But now, pretty much whenever Soul tries to go for like a Gatling or any kind of a string into a 6S, with a 6P read, you can challenge it. Fast one for KS here. Wants to bring it even once again. Here we go. What's it gonna be? The cross up once again. Frame trap in between. Ooh, that's gonna be big. I think, yeah, NKellyy can't really justify bursting here very easily, because, like, even if they get the burst off, that life advantage that KS has already built on them. Ooh, very respectful burst from KS, though. I mean, that's actually, yeah, I guess that's, of course, when it's the last round, you will always play that burst, right? Yeah. Disregard what I said. I am actually drunk. Alright, even once again, 5-5. Wasn't close enough to get the Bandit Bringer punished this time against the minigun. And working with the corner, plus frames. From all angles, far slash, close slash, Fafnir, all those things. Very, very plus. Nice, goes in. With the air dash as, ooh, and that should be it, yeah. Breaking the wall with the super here. Doesn't even have to go for a hard one. Just close it out as soon as you see that there in the super range. Nice first one for KS. Kelly probably thought that was gonna cross up. That's pretty smart as well. Like, KS has been setting that bot out and sort of baiting the vortex response from NKellyy. Oh no, bursting very high up in the air again. I think, yeah, that should hit. I guess Legend says that you can kind of react to a meaty Fafnir, especially from that range, and get your reversal out. So KS might have been doing just that. Doesn't have the usual 50 meter to drift back into the position here, so NKellyy able to build up some distance and get out. Oh, the frame trap, yeah, it do be tough. Far slash +2. And now KS once again in this very low health situation. But always technically one good hit away from bringing it back. But it is NKellyy who manages to get into the position to potentially close out this set. 6-5, not done yet, but ooh, the whiff punish there. Yeah, it is not only Goldest who has to be careful about whiffing those half screen buttons, but Sol as well. Drifting back into the position, dealing a massive amount of chip damage on the way out. That was like pretty much one third of NKellyy's life there out of those 3 Behemoth Typhoons. That's really the great thing about Goldest. Nice, jumps over the gun flame, forcing the burst out of NKellyy. Now the last hit. KS has an advantage here with the meter. You're being so respectful. Doesn't even try to throw on the landing. KS. But very surprising as well that NKellyy chose to be so respectful there after the landing. Both players knew. That's when you knew when players sort of stop swinging wild at the end of the round. They're being very careful. They know the situation. They know the next hit is gonna be basically infinite reward. Go IBs. Spending the 50 meter here. Yeah, churning out that super. Get out of there. Not allowing NKellyy to use that 50 meter to get free pressure. Ooh, reversal throw is good. What's it gonna be? Another reversal throw. Still could be anybody's game. NKellyy. Playing it from the safe distance, dashing in with the big close slash counter hit. Set point for NKellyy. Now, how's it gonna be, KS? Are we gonna live? Are we gonna die? Are we gonna live to fight another day? Big counter hit from NKellyy. Can take the wall here. KS says no. No wall breaks for you, sir. And honestly, that's probably a decent choice here. Sol with that positive advantage is very, very scary. Even if you manage to momentarily go back into the neutral. Ooh, this could be it. Is that last pixel? KS's life is on the line here. Oh, tries to challenge the big swing, the 6S after the gun flame, but no sir. 6S gets there in time once again. Not quite fast enough startup for that Behemoth Typhoon. And that's how it's gonna be. NKellyy taking it 7-5, but definitely not for free. Good at adjustments mid-set from KS. Able to bring it back, run it back, make it even. Despite the very aggressive start that NKellyy had, ended up being very nice set.
Gamers?
Gaming? Alright, we got ZoKHiZ in the house.
Hello all. Man, I've been eating and watching these sets. They've been pretty damn nice so far.
Yeah, that was hella fire. Even though we've seen the Goldest versus Sol so many times, but man, that matchup is quite a bit of fun to watch. Very explosive and a lot of footsies as well.
Yeah, like honestly, I think like Goldest is like personally like one of my favorite characters watching this game. Like it's very fun.
All right, next up is gonna be the player we saw last week making their debut, now returning, AgguBaggu Chip from Poland, facing off against a more familiar face here, CarrotOfWisdom Leo from Germany. CarrotOfWisdom has been cruising through quite a few characters.
Yeah, yeah, they played Goldest for a while. Did like friendship end with Goldest already?
Yeah, I think so. They've been going through Ram Lethal, they played Goldest for a while, and now I think as far as I saw them talk about their character switch, it's probably gonna be a more of a long-term switch once again. And that's honestly fine. Leo is a good character.
One might say so, and Leo is kind of simple to pick up and like easy to start to do things at like even like a bit higher levels.
Yeah, I feel like Leo in Strive is exactly what Leo was hoping to be in Exert. It's like what Leo really missed in Exert was like he was easy to pick up, but had a lot of matchup difficulties, and because of the plenty of matchup difficulties he had, it was sort of at the same time easy to play, but also hard to play.
Yeah, like you could also throw the argument that like in this game he happens to be top tier, and that's like the difference. Like it's basically Leo from Exar, but just better compared to the rest of the cast. And it definitely shows like Leo is so scary with the back turn mix-up and everything. Like it's insane. I believe we're still missing Sierra. Is he alive?
Let me send them an extra DM. I think I didn't see Sierra in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I don't think they have been on the Twitch chat. So they might be AFK. So what's up with like the amount of gold loses and Leos we have like past few weeks? Like half of the matches are like either Leo or gold lose.
Yeah, it's like Leo is understandable, but like it's kind of sort of weird how many people like Gold Lewis.
Yeah, like Leo would be the classical easy pick to start play with, but I guess Gold Lewis is a little bit more different, so it's like the exotic factor to it. Like people want to try out like weird characters.
Yeah, especially in Strive, because you have your like vanilla roster of standard characters, and you have like I think Strive as a Guilty Gear game is like a little more standardized than previous ones. The characters are still very different from each other. That's been pretty much the trademark of the series. Every single character is so different that like every matchup you basically learn to play the game all over again, because you can't fight two characters quite the same way. But I guess like Strive, there's a little bit of there's certainly more homogenization between the cast. So what was my original point? Fuck. What are we talking about again?
That like people like to play odd characters like Gold Lewis.
Yeah, right. In that sense, you would understand people yearning for maybe, characters like pretty much any of the new DLC characters. They've been quite different, like Gold Lewis, Happy Chaos, Jacko. They all come with their own weird, interesting quirks, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's actually like funny that you say that, because all of the DLC characters have had like some kind of special meter or bar or mechanic to them.
And looking to continue that trend with Baiken, like Baiken obviously will probably not have any special resources, but everybody who's seen Baiken in previous games knows that Baiken do be kind of special, especially like playing against Baiken is, yeah, you're gonna have to learn to play the game once again.
Oh no! In before the bike and parry, Azami is gonna be like Johnny coins that you have only like 8 of them in a given round.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I mean, that actually sounds like it could work to some extent because it could be a really powerful mechanic in Strive kind of game where like defensive options are not very great. But if you limit the amount of the users on the rounds, that might work? Question mark. It's gonna be interesting to see like how do they like make Python work in this game.
Yeah, especially like in the framework of Strive. That's true, because Strive has some limitations. You can't make stuff too wild, and if you do, you gotta limit them. You gotta limit the options somehow. So I think CarrotOfWisdom is probably still AFK. Might still be sleeping, maybe. So I guess we'll play. So Gideon needed a later slot. So if REDRaven and CarrotOfWisdom are here, we could play that matchup first.
But yeah, like going back to the Python's parry, like it's kind of obvious that it cannot be free and it cannot be anywhere near as powerful as in older Guilty Gears. Like it has to have some like extra major weakness to it in Strive. So it's like I'm just trying to like figure out what could it even be. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything like Angie's parry, like a spinning move like that. That wouldn't make sense either. So it would have to be like more distinct to that. So it has to be like more like the old parry.
Yeah. And like from my point of view, it doesn't really make sense to go back to, you know, the XX roots. I think it's way more likely that they're gonna go with like how Azami was in Exerd. Was there a date for Baiken? I think they haven't. Oh, have they? 30th? All
yeah,
right.
I think it's at the end of the month.
That works. That's a good timing as well. End of the month when you reset the Celestial season.
Yeah, so it's gonna be free whips for everybody because everybody's playing Python and don't know what to do.
Damn. Unless Baiken is super, like, easy to pick up and play. I mean, in terms of like, if I'm going off of like how Baiken was in Exerd when they released her, she was like she was actually pretty standard. I guess like the guard cancels or the parry stance aside, she was very, very standard. Like just pokes into simple conversions. Could even do like your simple Street Fighter conversions, like 2S, 2 heavy into a super, deal decent amount of damage. She was like fairly standard and pretty easy to pick up and play, I would say.
Yeah, like the only thing that made Python a little bit more like different is basically how we use like Tatami. It's a little bit like more space control-y projectile in that sense. But like yeah, overall like her basic toolkit is very much like very standard. So it seems like REDRaven is awake, but where do be Carrot?
Damn, strategically missing a player for like three potential matchups.
Yeah, I bet like people were thinking I'm gonna be the third matchup, so I can
Yeah.
like wait this long, and then like the third matchup is delayed, and then I have to like there's a cascade of like matches changing, like, so people's schedules are a little bit off.
Yeah, the snowball can happen, but it's fine. It's fine. I hope she's bullshit. Shady.
No, AgguBaggu is here, but like that's the wrong matchup. No way.
Carrot is streaming. Did the REDRaven qualifier actually end yet?
I think they were having like grand finals not so long ago. Like somebody said that the streaming PC crashed on the grand finals. So
I think I didn't see. I think I didn't see Carrot playing in that one. What's Carrot's Twitch again? Is it just CarrotOfWisdom? It is. Damn! Look at that. The most logical choice.
I mean, is it anymore? Like it feels like everybody has like 10 different nicknames for different platforms. Like it's a rare breed to have like single nickname.
Right. All right, we have Carrot as well. Incoming in a bit. Now that I can remember, let's also follow to CarrotOfWisdom. If you wanna watch them play, then that would be their Twitch. I should honestly make it a. I need to add another option to the sign up forms for people to shill their channels. I think that's
Yeah, I mean
fair
that would
enough.
be like nice to like be able to like advertise at the end of the set. Like if you want to see more of these gamers, like go here and here. Ah shit, we have the Cloudcast.
Ah shit, these top level EU players. What are we gonna do?
And this is once again a matchup I have not seen that much. Like I have no idea how anything works in this one.
Yeah, Geo being one of those rarer characters, and I guess Milia as well. It's fair to say you don't see this all that often.
Yeah, like the gut feeling says that like Giovanna has the legendary dash 2D that like just sweeps everything from the ground, but then again Milia likes to be a little bit more on the air, so I feel like there might be like natural enemy to the 2D.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness! Was that like a PRC overhead mix-up? Not the first game where Milia does have like shenanigans like that. You've always had the, for example, the hair Clark RC into an instant overhead kind of stuff. Oh, managed to find a big counter hit, but I think
Pick it up. Maybe waited the burst.
yeah, that seems the most plausible explanation here. Any hit will probably end Carrot's life. Again, managed to land a hit, but yo, it's so tight. Wait, which one is it? It's REDRaven, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Immediate burst. Not going to the corner this time.
Oh, tricky. Which side? Left or right?
I don't know if it's like a good idea in this game to like burst immediately against Milia because the mix-ups are not that deadly in this one, so you might be able to like take one extra mix-up in the corner before like thinking if you want to spend the burst.
Yeah, the longer you're able to delay your burst, especially for players who are conscious of their opponent's burst, you might give them extra things to think about. And might get some value out that way, making them drop their combos. Ooh, the movement here. Neither player has been like, look how many buttons they've been throwing out already, but it's the burst. Ooh, the S disc there. I wonder if S disc might be able to whiff punish that whiffed 2D from Geo. No way, right?
It's actually kind of rare to see that like REDRaven is actually like very near getting the negative penalty. Like it's not very common in this game.
Ed can dash. They can cancel that dash at pretty much any point. Big damage coming out. RC to keep it. Ooh, they're left, right. Gets the cross up and REDRaven. First point on the board. Also, don't tell me. Say it isn't so, senpai.
It might be that the cabinet crashed or something now. It's like stuck on the loading for me.
The top level players never drop their combos, that one frame link into retry.
Yeah, I think we just dropped from the second match. But they're playing. Maybe. Well, based on the health bars, it looks like NKellyy is doing NKellyy things and getting the mixes on, and REDRaven is not blocking them. We have the radio cast on.
Doo-doo. Whiffing some 2Ds. NKellyy looking to get in. Yeah, I do wonder so far, looking at the the options that both of these players are using at neutral. I wonder if that like neutral S disc is good at calling out certain options from Giovanna, because Carrot was using that quite a bit.
It might be one of the few things that NKellyy can do against a dash up 2D, maybe.
Yeah, probably just like a semi-safe-ish option you can throw out to occupy space, because I guess NKellyy doesn't really have the longest reach on her pokes. Like, she has decent combination of startups and reach for like close to mid-range, but past that, not a whole lot.
Yeah, and if the opponent is showing that they're like playing more ground footsie based dash 2D game, like maybe the disc is then a little bit safer too, but then again it does have nearly 50 frames of recovery, so if the Giovanna player is not doing anything, they can potentially just on reaction air dash over it and like get a heavy counter hit.
And I guess NKellyy does have her 2D as well, but if I recall correctly, that move is very, very unsafe on whiff, has a lot of recovery.
It's like 25 or something, so it's not like... I mean, I guess that's already like reactable, so it's definitely gonna be whiff punished if you're awake.
Alright, Carrot was able to clutch out that one, so 1-1 situation, jumping back in.
But yeah, like one problem with the NKelly's 2D is that it's not disjointed as Giovanna's is, so there's a very high chance that you're just gonna get counter hit.
Right.
Immediate burst again. Not sure if I like that.
Ooh, nice response there. Forcing a burst out of CarrotOfWisdom as well. As NKellyy, since you're the more pixier character, she might have a little bit more incentive to burst fast, because every single normal that you choose to not burst is gonna hurt you way more than the other way around. Ooh, yes, YRC, very, very positive on hit. Allowing REDRaven to get that dash off, sorry, that Carrot to get that dash off into Cold Slash. Ooh, nice response there.
Yeah, Carrot is ready for the spiral arrow. You're not gonna get in for free.
I wonder, that's probably not the easiest thing to react to on close range pressure. Full screen, sure, but as a cancel, you probably have to like hard read it to a certain extent.
It's a little bit like Dust in a sense. Like it, actually, I think it has the exact same startup as Dust. So, but of course, it's gonna be a little bit harder to see because it's not just glowing orange everywhere. So, but it's I would say that it's definitely doable if you're like focusing on more on the resets.
Right, and the other thing is that like you kind of you don't want to block it, you want to stuff it, so you have to take into account the startup of your own action, whatever you're doing about it. Big bait on the burst here, and breaks the wall as well. Carrot turning it up. Which side? Left, right? Just takes it easy. No mix-up. And a clean round.
Yeah, this time holding the burst to the next round. No, wait, No, they pressed it way earlier. I'm looking at the wrong burst. Now I'm drunk.
The classic. Ooh, the
Mixing
clash.
up in an old game.
And just to get there on time. The overheads, yeah, they don't do a whole lot of damage, but they do knock down, giving Millian another opportunity to go for her. Oh, interesting! That super is plus, but I think REDRaven was maybe thinking about dashing forward afterwards.
Yeah, like it's +6 or so, so it's not like you can like even throw the opponent in that situation freely. Like
Yeah, and
they can do whatever they want if they want to press buttons.
yeah, especially since if you end up like point blank to your opponent, you can even throw their close slash, because close slashes are not, you know, in that situation just are not fast enough.
Yeah, and again, REDRaven did the immediate burst. Like I feel like that's becoming a pattern at this point. Like looking to see if Carrot can like actually pick it up. Because that is the risk when you're doing this immediate burst, like, it is a very noticeable pattern.
Yeah, there's like, the burst metagame, the number one rule probably is to be unpredictable. If the opponent manages to catch, like, how you tend to burst, it is so dangerous. And it's not hard, it's not very, like, easy to, like, if you have a pattern, if you have a problem of, you know, bursting impulsively, it is kind of hard to change that habit as well.
Yeah, it's a thing that requires like hours and hours of focus on doing, and it's hard to get rid once you have the muscle memory.
Yeah, it sounds like an easy thing to do, like just don't burst Lamau, but it's honestly it's not that simple.
Gets in the dust harvesting combo, not quite enough to kill.
The up kick catching Carrot on the way out. Nice interruption. Sees that pressure is a dash from Carrot.
Ooh, try to challenge the flip hip. It's plus, even on cross-up, so you don't necessarily want to press buttons.
Ooh, what a reaction! REDRaven was going for the dust at point blank range. That's another good interruption.
Yeah, we are waiting to the best again.
Wait, that break the wall? Interesting. There to air. This time it's REDRaven who manages to bait the burst. And that time, Carrot really didn't have a whole lot of leeway for choosing when they want to burst with those last pixels. Had to try.
Yeah, that's kind of the opposite side of the coin, like, instead of bursting immediately like this, you burst when you have like 1 pixel left, when it's like kind of easy to like anticipate and be ready for it.
Yo, that was sick. I being against the DP from Geo. I was so sure that was actually leading into a punish, but not quite. Overhead, just small. Not a hard knockdown. Oh, that was so ambiguous. I thought that was actually gonna cross, but it was from the front.
It almost looked like REDRaven crossed himself up.
But those are the best mix-ups, when you don't even know yourself where you're gonna land on. Oh my goodness. Did he... I'm not sure if that was a cross-up there, but look, kind of like the jump heavy hit from behind for one hit and then hit from the front. Man. Both these characters have a lot of potential for making stuff like that happen.
Also nice Carrot utilizing the IBFT on the makeup, the one place where you can like reliably try to get it. It's really, really good tech.
If you can pull that off. Oh, nice! Gets a 2D on the landing. And the shimmy, yeah, perfectly. I didn't even shimmy, just spaced that meaty perfectly and caught CarrotOfWisdom trying to throw on Wake Up. And the low.
Yeah, like I guess that like dash up far slice is gonna be really hard for like Millia to contest in the ground.
Ooh, kind of lucky landing next to REDRaven with frame advantage. Nice. That's another option that you can use if you think the spiral arrow is gonna come in a block string. Just jump out. Jump is gonna be your fastest startup thing you can do. Oh, doesn't quite get the
Quite barely get the wall stick.
Ooh, very nice. And won't be able to burst here, yeah. Get stuck to the wall, that's gonna lock you out of your burst. I feel like the blue RC that REDRaven went for was probably maybe an attempt to go for a YRC there. And CarrotOfWisdom was...
Like, it sometimes happens when your opponent does like a reset and you're expecting them to still punch you, and then you get a random blue RC.
That's something I've been thinking about. Like in that sense, is the guard cancel better in Strive compared to old games? Because in old games you would have to input like a forward into 2 attack buttons to make your dead angle. But in this game, like, you're not gonna get the strike for dead angle whiffs. You're gonna get the RC instead. Probably makes it even stronger in that sense.
Yeah, and again, there's the same thing happen on the corner. Like we get the random blue RC on the wake up. It is kind of annoying to some extent that you can have like accidental like RCs that you don't want, because with the dead angle command, like you can still get the normal, but just like punching your opponent can be better in those situations.
Yeah, it's like if you value like keeping your meter, it's like the dead angle will not come out unless you're actually in block stun. So some positives, some negatives. Nice dashes in, and I think that was an OTG. Good recognition from REDRaven.
Last pixels with the OTG. Good finish.
Ooh, the telegraph 2D from downtown.
Immediate burst on the counter hit in the corner, and that's decent because I think that leads to like meterless 200 damage. And wall break, of course. Why we get like 200 meterless in corner from duty, I will never know, but...
Something about needing it. Oh.
Here we go. With the super 2? No? Oh yeah. No meter.
I think the wall damage actually saved Carrot here. Able to like sort of bail out with the wall break just in time before they were die. We're gonna die. Oh. Last hit, both players, they know it. Gotta be careful here. No meters are spent either. Spiral arrow getting a little bit of frame advantage and finds the low as a frame trap.
On the note of the negative penalty, I kind of like it that when you get the warning for it, like you're slowly draining your meter away. So even that can already like force you to do decisions, because if you have just barely 50 meter, like you're very easily and fast gonna lose like a couple of points of it and then go below 50 and you lose options. So it really like makes you go like, hey, you need to go in.
Oh, so you don't actually need to get the negative penalty to already start losing some meter?
Yeah, it's like it's basically reverse negative. Positive bonus. Like you're slowly losing meter for the whole time until you go from the warning away.
That's actually new. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, I mean it's not like negative penalty happens often in this game because it's pretty aggressive game.
But on the other hand, it's very easy to get there with a couple of backdashes. Backdashes actually like the game penalizes you quite a bit for doing neutral backdashes if the opponent is not near you. I think in the older games there was a mechanic where if you backdash while being close to the opponent, it doesn't like reduce from your tension pulse. I think
it was like there's like a specific like sections, like if you're close enough to your opponent, then like the negative penalty thing like basically like doesn't work. It only enables itself when you're like further away, because the game is kind of assuming at point blank range, like people are still being active, and then at further range, like you're being too passive or defensive, and then it starts to penalize you.
Ooh, that's gonna misses the punish though. Again, taking the plus frames and getting the low.
Ooh, tries to sneak in the DP. Can RC to be safe?
Ooh, nice option there. REDRaven has been like CarrotOfWisdom used that has been using that couple of times, just going for bad moon, bad moon, bad moon, sort of like taunting a response from REDRaven. Ooh, is that gonna yeah?
Yeah, barely gets the last kick in.
And REDRaven once again takes the lead. The active frames of Geo's far slash are definitely something. Able to get the left right, but not a big decisive hit yet. REDRaven is probably pretty okay taking that little bit of damage.
Yeah, like both players are playing relatively like calm and like footsie-based neutral at the moment.
Yeah, they're not taking massive risks, which is like evident. Like considering how few like massive combos either player is landing, they're playing it very safe, and I guess that's how like high level play usually is gonna end up being. Yo, that IB actually ends up getting a punish. Oh, I was waiting for it. The 2D to punish the whiff to 6p.
2D into 2D, like what can he do?
Managed to find the low and the corner. Yeah, tried to get the IBFD, but nowhere to run. Yo, still gets the disc actually helps her to pick up that combo.
Got good pressure. Can he open it?
Yeah, this is like
the corner now.
Ooh, I think I saw Milia go for 2k. Yep. It's out of there with that super. But now CarrotOfWisdom has the 50 meter to defend with here. Oh! Went for the burst. Was hoping to close it out that round, but now unfortunately REDRaven is gonna have the massive burst advantage here.
Yeah, like you're definitely not gonna get the burst if the game goes even a little bit more aggressive side, because with Milia you're definitely gonna just die before it completes.
The burst is gonna build back like slowly over time, but I think the bigger factor is like the damage you're taking. Building some extra back. So you would have to stall for a very, very long time to be able to actually use it. Alright. Throw combo is gonna get the wall break here. Back to neutral.
Both players basically one hit away from dying.
Oh, the close slash anti-air doesn't get a click. Oh my god, just flows perfectly, making the best out of that bad situation. Missed the finisher, but got the reset.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Very nice adjustment there. That's basically what the best players do. When they make mistakes, they make them look like happy little accidents, as a famous painter once said.
It does help that like the hair card just keeps going, so it gives you a little bit more time to like confirm the situation. Here we go with the super break. Oh, just running in, not doing anything.
Nice, gets a small punish. Not opting to spend the meter here, especially since CarrotOfWisdom does still have the burst readily available. Oh, that came from such a weird angle.
Very ambiguous.
Oh, the 2D. Man, that was... I feel like that was very risky from Carrot, sticking out that 2D, but it paid off. Her, I guess, longest reaching normal.
Yeah, I guess it's a thing that you just have to do when you're like at the tip range. Like, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially if you think your opponent is gonna be baiting it. Like, if your opponent backdashes on their own pressure, your best option is to stick out something that reaches really far. Or alternatively dash at them, but that's pretty risky in itself. And wall break. Back to the neutral. Carrot of Wisdom with the 50. Doesn't get to use it.
Yeah, and if things go south with like Carrot, like he might not get the burst back in this round. Like just a couple like strong combos can't be enough.
Ooh, not in range for that 2k there, REDRaven. Okay, both players staying so elusive. Look at this movement. The first one to find a clean hit is Carrot of Wisdom, and now, working with the corner, has 50. And baits the YRC! That's big! We'll get the heart knockdown as well. Full stick of butter. This looks very bad. If Carrot of Wisdom... Yeah, he's gonna have meter to keep this pressure going.
Yeah, just a single block string gives him the extra meter. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, REDRaven had small opportunity there because Carrot of Wisdom didn't immediately have the 50 meter. Had to make like one more pressure reset to actually get the meter flowing, but wasn't able to get out of there. And after that, sort of a checkmate.
Also, I think they started again, and it kicked me out.
Damn.
Oh, that was a fast run, like... Carrot of Wisdom is already one round down, like, in like 10 seconds.
I wonder if that was so fast. Did they actually notice that?
No, they're both losing losing health, so I would assume they are fighting.
That must have been like...
That's like 2 heavy counter hit combos and you're done.
Yeah. Corner carry, mix them up once, use super for the wall break, and 2 touches, 1 kill. Yeah, that does happen, especially on Milia and Chip. Yo, that was so fast from REDRaven. Yeah. I wish we had seen that match.
Yeah, that sounded like huge, like a hype thing.
All right, REDRaven brings it even once again, 5-5. Race for the 2 victories, essentially making it FT2 at this point.
Apparently the servers are like breaking down because it seems like people on Discord is saying that they got network errors too.
God damn. Of course it's on Sunday. When all the massive amount of the events are gonna happen. Ooh, nice, gets the gold burst.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised how like neutral heavy this matchup is, like, or if it's like a player-to-player like thing, but like both players are like relatively like careful on the neutral, just like trying to navigate around.
Yeah, I guess it's like a careful mix of just like, you know, players having a more footsie-based tendencies, understanding the matchup, and also because both of these characters are very mobile and it's, yeah hard to catch each other.
Tries to get the combo, but accidentally gets the OTG disc. Still manages to get around.
Ah, which side is the eternal question against the left-right woman? It's gonna go into the corner. Ooh, nice. It's the burst off. But now REDRaven has to break off that situation. The frame trap! This is bad. Catches the backdash.
He was trying to backdash. Yeah, like that's definitely not gonna work against this Koke.
That's extremely surprising. I guess, yeah. Sometimes you just sort of commit to an option very early and fail to like check what they are actually going for on Oki. Might have been a situation like that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's IP.
The gold burst again from
Yeah, like-
Carrot.
I'm still kind of surprised that, like, that both players are still like bursting immediately from like one single hit.
Considering how important meter is and how much options you get from meter, I feel like going for the gold bursts instead of bursting hits is probably a thing you want to try to do as much as possible in Strive. Because I think it's also a little easier to get a gold burst compared to older games. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like in older games it was like a 1 frame timing or something to get a reversal gold burst out.
Yeah, because if you press the burst at any point in the OTG phase when you're waking up, it's gonna be a full burst. So it was always 1 frame through timing.
But now CarrotOfWisdom on set point. Decent work so far done in this round. Yo, the throw text. Oh, that's a nice anti-air! Yo, that's one of the biggest starters for Geo. And the super? Yeah,
I think
seal the deal.
yeah, this is gonna be this round.
Nice, grasping back the momentum despite the strong start that round from CarrotOfWisdom. Yeah, attempted an anti-air. A little too late, but still gets to hit it on.
Into the corner. This drops it. Oh, tries to do the gold burst, but it gets blocked.
Perhaps the beginning of the end here. We go back to neutral, but
Carrot is gonna have so much meter, and they still have burst too.
oh no, that's horrible.
I think that was the game. RC into like wall combo into break with a super, but never mind. It doesn't matter. Still gets around and that's it.
Tragedy for REDRaven there in the end, going for the throw a little too early and missing it. And Carrot ready as ever to take the initiative afterwards. 7-5. A very interesting set, like you said. First time we got to see that, and that was very, very good footsies. It's good balance for the usual Strive matches, like when you have, I don't know, Sol and Naga on screen, and it's hard to dodge each other's strikes, and one strike leads into million damage. There's a lot of room in that previous matchup for just maneuvering around and just playing footsies.
Yeah, like it's like in a sense I was still kind of expecting like one player to be able to like catch the other, because when you have two like mobile tractors, usually like one is still more mobile, so they still have some advantage in the like movement game. And especially in this kind of matchup where like Joanna really wants to be on the ground and the melee player kind of wants to be in the air a little bit more. So like I feel like it would be easier to read the players' habits and like the way they want to like move and counterplay those things.
So we still have no response from Sierra, unfortunately. So which one are we gonna do next?
I mean, I'm up for playing if Gideon is at the computer now.
We can either do your matchup, or then we could also do Doc versus Pluhek. Let me check if Doc and Pluhek are ready to go yet.
So, do we have Duck awake?
Let me check if they were streaming earlier. Let's see. What state are they in? Schrodinger's duck. Either they are ready to play or they are not. But which one is it gonna be? They will be in both states before I open the stream, because I haven't been observing them. Alright, duck is ready to go, so we're gonna do that one next.
So up next, Duck Leo versus Blue Heck Kai. Man, I'm really like waiting to see Blue Heck play more. Like he has pretty solid Kai already.
Blue Heck is like definitely an EU classic, sort of like very strong footsie-based Kai player who has done a lot of events, has done a lot of tournaments, doesn't necessarily place like top 8 consistently, but like I feel like just barely is like on a good day could probably make it top 8, but man, Europe at the moment, the competitive scene is very competitive. There are so many strong players participating in pretty much every single event. It is tough work. It is you gotta work so hard to make it up there.
Yeah, it's nice to see that like Strive has gotten like a lot of like players that like push into the advanced like player brackets more. Like it of course helps that the game can actually be played online properly. So there's gonna be a bigger pool of players playing the game, and naturally we're gonna have a lot more killers.
Yeah, like one of the biggest problems we had with Exert is that we just can't, like for example for like Northern European players, you just don't have access to, for example, like some of Southeastern Europe or even like Middle Eastern players, whereas with Strive you can actually play from sort of coast to coast and sometimes make it work. It obviously depends. Routing is sometimes a bitch, but theoretically it is possible, whereas with delay netcode it's unthinkable playing like from Finland to Saudi Arabia, for example. Like that's never gonna happen.
I mean that sounds like delay 10 netcode. Like I mean that's no, please no. And wait, no, the lobby is bugging out for me. Like it keeps saying that CarrotOfWisdom joins in.
All right, another exciting one coming up. Blue Heck from Portugal. Kai player versus Duck Leo from UK. Man, UK crew is it's almost if I have to name like one country that has sort of strong players guaranteed seal of approval, it's probably gonna be UK. There's just such a massive amount of amazing players from the UK area.
As a like Joker card, I'm gonna throw out that Russia is definitely one place where you have tons of strong players too.
Yeah, Russia would be like your classic choice for Guilty Gear. For like the older games, the XX, Exert, there's always been a massive scene in Russia, so they have sort of the tradition. But I guess Strive in that sense is sort of a tradition breaker as well. New game, new players testing it out, and it doesn't really matter that much. Ooh, that's gonna get the wall.
Yeah, good pick up. But yeah, like I don't actually know like how Russia is doing with the Strive scene. Like I would assume that it's going okay, and they have plenty of players there too.
Yeah, they have at least a couple of killers attending tournaments at at regular intervals. Not necessarily the names you've been seeing a lot in the past, but you see like names like, I guess, Kurokic probably comes to mind first, and lots of others. They have big names still.
Yeah, again, converting the combo into wall break with super. Good meter usage.
One of the most comfiest thing about Kai, just being able to cancel your supers from almost mid-screen into a wall break at will.
I mean, that was such a good jump.
I think he was looking for the throw bait, but still catching that 2P mash. And Blue Heck will happily take that. 1-0, opening it up. Duck is obviously already warmed up, was watching them earlier on the Arcrivo qualifiers, and even though they went 3-2, took out some names in the process. I think they won against Steggy, for example, who's a very strong Nilia player. Ooh, the left-right, which one is it gonna be? Opting to keep the corner here, and that's gonna hit. It's really important for Leo to sort of keep your position whenever you can. If you have an option to sort of reset the combo, not take the wall break, especially if you can get the kill with the next hit, that's probably worth doing.
Yeah, definitely. I also feel that, like, especially if you happen to have 50 meters, so you can like do super break or something like that on the second or following combo. Like, keeping the wall seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, because then at that point your options are like two different options. Either you break the wall, go back to mid screen, and take your heavy knock down, try to play it that way, or you play the same situation but in the corner. And you can be, as fighting game players, we can all agree which one is the better position.
Yeah, Leo's pressure, if you start the pressure like the mix-up situation with back turn, like you can still do your mix-up, and then when you do the stance cancel, like you still have potential resets and like frame traps, so it's like a kind of powerful situation to be in already. So you don't necessarily need the wall break to get the meter in that situation.
Ooh, slows down the frames and man, that was interesting. The PRs, the blue RC slowing down the frames of Blue Heck, making them miss that air throw. Ooh, barely whiffing the parry stance. Here we go. Time to mix. What's it gonna be? Dashing forward. There's nowhere to dash to. That's kind of interesting. Opting to go with the forward dashes, even though there is no space behind the Kai player. Nice, on top of things. Ooh, that's gonna be big. Misses the combo.
Into the corner. Is he gonna use meter? No, doesn't need to.
Oh, this is cool.
Shit.
Here we go. Dragon install. Knows that the RTL would have not taken the round, so instead choosing the super that will give you value after the wall break. Lots of smart decisions in the corner for both of the players so far.
Yeah, I don't actually like. How much does the Dragon install like explosion do damage? Like, is it like comparable to like RTL?
I think not really. The damage is definitely lower, but again, the same situation. If you're after the wall break, if you're being put in the same situation in terms of how many touches you need to kill, then the damage of the RTL is not really gonna matter, right?
Yeah. Looking at the data, it's a solid 80 damage. Like it's not bad.
Yeah, it's still a decent hit, I suppose.
Yeah, for our install super, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Ooh, we're still airborne there.
Ooh,
nice. Oh, it still continues. Is that gonna be it? Not quite. But gets in a good position to mix them up with the high pace. Man, that was so cool. I think I haven't seen that combo very often. And I guess you wouldn't use that combo very often either, because like if you, unless you have the kill, you're not gonna RC the DP very often.
I mean, the problem is that like you can do like more corner carry version of the DP RC, but that's a little bit more strict to pick up. But you can also just do the safe, just RC and like down drift and take your basic PMP and like do damage. So a little bit risky styling move.
But hey, style is sometimes what we're here for. Look at that. 2K, what did the Leo 2K catch from Blue Heck? I missed it.
I'm sure I was looking at a different thing, but now we're here in the corner. Who doesn't get the corner pickup? Or corner continuation from the Vapor Thrust.
Ooh, takes the burst. Duck has so many resources. This is dangerous. Catches the backdash.
Yeah, waiting for it smartly.
And that's still gonna hit, I think. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Hard knockdown. Oh, mistiming the 5k. Or I wonder if that was a setup. Purposely missing the 5k into a throw. I guess that's also an option.
Yeah, it can work. It's definitely an option. Like, and I don't think that like at this point like Duck would be like whiffing basic meaties.
Yo, the Abare too heavy out of all buttons. Yeah, here we go. This is the jungle. Keep the pace up. They're not gonna react to this stuff. Time to guess. What's it gonna be? And the super is, even if that's OTG, that would kill.
From the guard breaker, if you get a hit, then you can get it guaranteed super.
It seems like Leo has a lot of hits that can sort of cause the tumble effect and still get a clean super as a follow-up. Nice, gets a small punish, flip the position, and now finds the low.
Thing, like, yeah, like even if you block the mix-up, it doesn't mean that it's your turn. Like Leo is still coming at you at +5.
It's pretty much the theme of Leo has always been very strong pressure, not necessarily the most damaging combos, but the pressure just keeps flowing into itself. Ooh, cool! And still extends it! Takes it all the way to the corner! And the charge 5D.
Gonna be plenty enough damage to finish the round.
Yeah, I think that would have been a kill even with non-charged one, maybe? With the use of the fireball.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Hey, Leo has a fireball too.
Who barely drops the counter pickup. Like a jumping S from Leo if you get the counter, like you can pretty much always get a like really good defense from me.
Ooh, nice Abare. That's the go-to option. You wanna press a button against that food rock, especially when you're electrified. Bam.
So it seems like Duck is starting to do like very delayed back turn Oki, just trying to catch the back dash and stuff like that. Let's see how Blue Heck reacts to it.
Oh, nice combos into the 5D. That's pretty decent damage.
That's pretty cool, like DP punish.
Showing the little more rarer tech, looking for that one hit, the throw. What's Kai gonna do? Kai players want only one thing, and it's disgusting.
I mean, I swear, it's like the Ram Little players and the Kai players, like they have no fear. They will just run at you full screen and they will throw you.
Eyes was trying to throw again there, but Duck was on top of it, breaking it with 2D.
Ooh, tries to bait out the DP. You don't have to use movement to bait the DP if you're in the backhand. Like you can just fight stat speed through it. Yeah, like that begs the question. Look, it might be that like Duck is not very familiar with the matchup.
It's gonna be enough. Yes, indeed. Blue Heck is missing surprisingly a lot of those berserker slashes. Not getting the throws out as as often as one might sometimes want to. But I guess the flip side of the coin, I guess Duck is sort of rotating their options, not making the Berserker Slash as obvious.
Yeah, it's not like he's like spamming the Berserker Slash, so...
And that's the... basically, if your opponent is looking for it, you're never gonna get it off. It will go punished like 10 times out of 10. But the thing is, you're not always gonna, like, in fighting games, you have to divide your attention. Sometimes when you're thinking of other things like this, you might have been thinking something else there.
Ooh, that looked like close. Let's try to do to get the like really good anti-air, but a bit too slow.
That's the risk you take. With 6P, would have probably been able to do it, but 6Ps in this game, not necessarily the best rewards out of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, as a Leo player, like, you don't get that much, but it's still more than dying, so I guess there's that one.
Risk, reward. Man, Duck is flowing well, but BlueHeck finds the interruption. Now potentially one hit away from...
Both respecting the YRC.
Ah, yeah. Duck kinda had to attempt that burst there. But BlueHeck staying vigilant, knowing that it is destined to come. That burst has to happen. Unless the opponent is a madman.
I guess there is a point to be made in this game because it's harder to like do OTG 5 PvPs and like just convert the combo into like really fast punches to like finish up the opponent with like 1 pixel. So you kinda have to do a bigger commit on the last pixel still.
Yeah, that's... especially in the corner when you're very close to the opponent, if you throw the heavy fireball from Kai as an Oki, if the opponent has a reversal such as Leo's DP or Super, you can kind of react to it and just reversal and get guaranteed out of the situation if they don't PRC the fireball. It's one of the dangerous things for Kai that's always been the case.
Ooh, tries to do the DP, gets thrown. Oh yeah, that's a little bit too slow.
Oh, nice movement. The backdash in the air, jump slash, defending their airspace. BlueHeck is everywhere. Oh, the overhead.
Ooh, resets. That's a very like weird option.
That was kind of cool though, because I think that was a conscious choice from Duck, because they backdashed and were clearly waiting for the forward tech.
Yeah, definitely, but I guess there was a little bit like autopilot on BlueHeck's side, because you can, of course, just do the neutral tech and not just like fly up against your opponent.
Right. That's very interesting actually, because like I would always autopilot into the forward tech as well, because you know we're used to doing that.
Yeah,
but,
like it's overall like it's a very safe move to do.
But that's true. If your opponent has backed off, then you might want to actually do the neutral tech instead. Damn, Guilty Gear. Why are you so nuanced?
We have options.
Oh, the Berserker Slash doing work once again.
But away.
Oh,
that's the punish, yeah.
Back turn S. The footsies button, the disjoint. Not giving a damn about the burst. Duck. Grasping that round. On the hunt. There's still quite a bit of work to do, because BlueHeck has 5 victories to Duck's 2. But we've seen bigger comebacks before. This is still doable. Oh, this time he throws it. That was so ambiguous. I wasn't even sure if the Berserker Slash went across or not, but I guess BlueHeck knew. Nice, finds a DP. And just casually 5 Ps as an anti-air.
Quite a good pickup from it, but almost. Oh no, that was a very great DP.
Luckily that was SDP, so recovers a little faster than the AHS version. stun dipper. Hard baiting there. Oh no! Oh, that might actually end up costing hard bait here as well. No burst from either player. The meta game here with the bursts. Oh man!
Yeah, like it's not always easy to like hold in those situations and just not burst, but like.
Good nerves from Duck there, holding the burst and daring to go for the hard bait burst afterwards. It's like that situation when you oh no.
And then you burst like that and then you die. I mean, I guess it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and to be honest, BlueHeck has a very comfortable buffer here. It's no worries. Can still lose a couple of matches and he's still sitting at a very comfortable position. It's like at this point the pressure is in Duck's. The pressure is on Duck for sure.
Yeah.
Nice, seeing that air dash from miles away.
Again. Yeah, like you can't just do neutral like air dashes in this game very easily anymore. Like they are a little bit too slow.
BlueHeck was kind of looking to get the burst towards the corner, but already crossed up because of the Berserker Slash. Plus frames. Ooh, nice check. Yo, that's kind of sick that BlueHeck was still ready to throw that Berserker Slash out of that high pace situation. Always being aware, even if you get like flash confirmed into like a 2 PP conversion, still ready to throw. Oh man, look at that. Double backdash baiting the advancement from Duck. 2S, perfectly placed, gets the round. Yeah, good punish there. BlueHeck has let that 2D gone unpunished a couple of times. They're trying to punish it once again, that 2P. Kai's 2P is 5 frames, right?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, I think it must be, because he did punish the 2D with 2P there earlier. Alright, taking the wall break with an electricity.
Nice backdash from between the gap. Taking the whiff and getting the punish. Into the corner and he's super good. Yeah.
Ooh, this time able to delay it! Long enough, still a chance. Small chance.
Oh, no. The long leg of the law still reaches from the dash.
Yeah, that was surprising. I mean, it is Kai. If you've ever played Kai before in Guilty Gear games, you would expect it has a very deceptive range.
Yeah, the man had that's wow, double DP on the round shot, and now we're just okay. What the fuck is happening? Both players just like for a split second said like we're full unga bunga.
Oh, I see. So that's how we're feeling this, huh? Nice, the 5B dash into a throw. Even despite the slightly unconventional back-turn stance, Leo, an important option is to get out of the stance and throw once in a while. Oh, this is gonna deliver some pain though.
Yeah, and the positive bonus is gonna guarantee that the block string is gonna give him plenty meter to work on, so it's a tough situation.
Ouch! The fast RC into Fudra. BlueHeck now looking to take one more.
We are at the set point. Yeah, like it feels to me like Duck doesn't like he hasn't played the matchup that much because I don't think he has like baited out the DB a single time with the safe back down T option.
Yeah, one downside.
Up the corner, get the cross up.
Ooh, interesting hit there. Was very unorthodox situation for sure. Oh, finds the Abare. Uno punish. Ooh, that must have been max range almost. Barely reaching with that poke.
And Duck is still fighting, he's not giving up.
Holding on to dear life here. Nice backdash, baiting the throw. Here we go. Man, that 2P reaches far. Heavy projectiles nullifying each other again. The far reach into a small combo, flip into the better position. This might be not quite.
Yeah, but now we have meter to work with and burst and everything. If there is one round that you can win it, I was gonna say that it's gonna be this, but I don't know anymore.
The perfectly placed air normal, beating the DP from Duck. Oh, the backdash! No, he still catches him!
I think that... No, that's not gonna kill. Yeah, just barely enough HP.
One
but,
pixel.
Duck still has meter. Oh no, this is not gonna be... Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Oh, just backs off. Oh, I wonder if that was a mistake. I can understand the pressure there, but going back to neutral against Kai is a dangerous thing with 1 hit point left.
Yeah, like you really wanted to do the super hit into a forward drift RC to get like a slight pressure from that situation and try to steal the round. But like against Kai on neutral, that's always a losing battle.
Yeah, might have been the pressure that got best of Duck. Because Blue Heck was using that DP very, very, very actively, so at that point, yeah, it's hard to say. The decision making in fighting games is hard. It is, and in a lot of situations there are no right or wrong decisions per se. There are divergent paths, and this path this time did not lead to victory for Duck, unfortunately, but a really nice set nonetheless.
Do we have Sierra Wise back on the computer now, or is it finally my turn?
Still no sign of Sierra, so I guess our only option is to... Oh, we still have 2 options, I guess. But let's see if Gideon is... Let me actually message them. Most likely gonna play invalidvalue versus Jalis here. Seems like invalidvalue already ready to go. Oh, I see. Let's see. Gideon says they are ready to go, so yeah, we could play your matchup next, Zok.
Alright, that sounds that's good.
I guess depends who gets in the lobby next.
I take it that people are trying to connect in, like I hope that like when the Python patch comes out this month, like they finally fix the netcode or like the connection errors in the game. And
yeah, it's not like it's a lot of it's a lot of time waste that could be used for playing matches that you gotta spend fighting with the servers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a meme and all, but yeah, but it's really fun to see the like how fast can you speedrun games before Strike boots up.
Yeah, damn.
Like that tells you something if you can do a speedrun on a game. Like, yeah, maybe fix out the connection issues.
See who's it gonna be. I think Gideon at the moment connecting. So we did see the Goldest versus Leo matchup from ZoKHiZ a couple of events ago, or was it? Yeah, a couple of events ago. That was against Cervais's Goldest. Very, very solid performance by ZoKHiZ in terms of footsies. That was way more footsie based than I initially anticipated, and now we're gonna see sort of a rerun of that set.
Yeah, I just hope it goes as well. Like, it feels like Goldest matchup is relatively simple in terms of what you have to do. It's just kind of strict, like you have to be hyper focused as Leo. So it seems like Jalis is already on the lobby, so are we gonna play that much then? Match them first? Or are we waiting
could do
for
that one too.
And Gideon is now here. Hashi.
Damn the mix-up. I mean, let's do this one if the players are already ready to go, I guess.
And here we go, Nagaryuki versus Nagaryuki, where everybody loses, including the audience.
I mean, I guess depends on your where your preferences lie.
Yeah, like if you're a decent human being, then yeah, like maybe. Have we actually had like a Nago versus Nago matchup in the FT7s before?
Good question. I would have to pull out my sheet to check. But if there has been one, it's been only once.
Yeah, like there's a lot of matchups that I haven't actually seen that much. Like I have no idea how this kind of mirror is gonna play out.
I guess this is a fitting background music for the occasion. So invalidvalue, one of the, I guess, sort of, I don't want to say up and coming, but one of the Nago players who have been very actively tearing it apart in the EU scene, facing off, I guess, one of the strongest in Finland. I mean, Jalis currently has the Grand Champion title of the most prestigious annual Finnish tournament, so...
So I feel Jalis won the game and then lost the game. I think he had like either the super and like finished the round, but opted to red RC and that was a little bit too much scaling.
That's sort of a fitting first round. Both Nagos going bust. Is this what we're in for this set?
I mean, Jalis is also known for not giving a single flying fuck, so he's most likely gonna go bust multiple times in this set.
Yeah, Jalis definitely likes to take calculated risks here and there.
Yeah, like he definitely gambles with the blood, and like it can be explosive, of course, if you guess correctly, but you can also just like lose a round because of that. We have some corner pressure. Yeah, like these situations, like it feels so weird to me that both players can just like punch each other like from like nearly full screen away. Like it's hard for me to like get a feeling who's having the advantage in any given moment.
Yeah, I guess it's like you hit that level 2 5 heavy, and then you're slightly minus, and then the opponent can hit their 5 heavy if they want. It's an interesting dynamic.
Invalidvalue again popping off, and that's a guaranteed kill.
Ooh, that was actually pretty smart from Jalis. I feel like they had the punish, but they were like, all right, he's gonna pop, so I'm gonna wait for the easiest thing I can do here. Just wait for them to pop and get a single hit kill.
Considering like Nago's damage output, I feel like Nago might be able to like touch of death the opponent's Nago from like nearly full HP if they go like pop up. Because you have really damaging combos and they take quite a long to like finish too.
Yeah, it's like from somewhere like I guess mid-screen corner carry, then get the wall stick, get the super at the end. We're potentially looking at like touch of death.
Invalid very close to like getting into the rage. Can't use a single special.
And at the same time, Jalis very low plot here. Has a lot of space to make plays, close range.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is a matchup where you like have to be really strict on your meter usage or like blood usage. Like it does feel like you can't do much when the opponent has like plenty of blood left to do things, and then like you can't do anything.
Yeah, because like if you miss a 5 heavy, if you miss a 5 heavy and the opponent has blood left, then you're kind of open for the other Nago player to close in and get their pressure going. But I guess we're gonna see as this set develops. How are they opting to play it out? Jalis currently with 2 wins.
Oh, both players going with the Gamma Blades.
Ooh, the whiff punish as well. Yeah, there's so much room to be for landing those big whiff punishes as well. Like I guess Nago can't whiff a 5 heavy with clear conscience, especially if the opponent is high blood as well.
Like there's those weird lulls in the like neutral where both players are just staring and can't really do anything. Like safely at least, so you have to like you play the staring game.
Yeah, and when those...
And I think Inoli is gonna pop now.
Ooh, so close, yes. And that's sort of when you know that both players likely know know the opponent's options, because like why would you respect the opponent's options unless you know the potential of what is going to happen?
Yeah, like make no mistakes, even if Nago is like low on blood or like high on the meter. If they do get the one good counter, they can still risk it all and just like move in and like really fast try to do the special into like super. And if that's enough to kill it, it doesn't really matter if you would like pop otherwise.
It feels like Jalis has, for the most part, being the aggressor here.
Why are he on block?
Who finally managed to land a decent hit. Invalidvalue's chance to turn up. Oh, but the clone!
Yeah, and this time it's Jalis who... Oh, but no bunnies on the rage.
The 2K barely not reaching. You're trading? No,
yeah,
it was actually
Jalis was trying to go in behind the clone with the Fukio, so...
Ah, I see. Now that's an interesting interaction as well. So I guess if you send the clone, you don't necessarily want to send yourself as well, depending on the situation.
Yeah, it feels like there's an additional RPS because normally your like clone would like pretty much just like mow down everything in its path, and the Fukio is relatively safe. But against another Nago that has the same tool, not anymore, because the clones will just pass each other.
Yeah, I think the clone is essentially a projectile with infinite durability, right?
I think so, yeah, in this game. Oh, that's... I mean, had to try, but... Well, what you gonna do?
Yeah, can always try, but...
I mean, I guess the correct statement would be that you should not be in a position where you have only pixel left, and then you have to burst, like...
Right.
Have to be a little bit more better on the burst usage. A bit earlier.
And I guess in that situation, the only variable you can try to control is what frame you're bursting, trying to catch the frame that they press their button to swing. But
yeah,
I mean,
but so high up, I think it's pretty much. I mean, I guess this would be one of those matchups where you can potentially like escape death, because Nagoriki does have pretty long recovery on the buttons.
But also Nago has a lot of disjoint on most of his buttons, so. Ooh, gets the throw here, Jalis! Totally flipping the situation around. Equal blood, equal meter.
Ooh, but drops the combo. That was a guaranteed win. Tries to get the sneaky fast dust in. But invalidvalue is ready.
And that's a good testament to how dangerous it is to whiff heavy buttons. That too heavy from invalidvalue immediately whiff punished with Bay play from Jalis. Or by Jalis. Again, Jalis finds a very nice reversal throw and baits the throw from invalidvalue. Yo, man, these Nago players be throwing.
For a bite, I think.
Reversals out of the situations. Let the waves cover the. I can do this too.
It's a DP.
I've done some surfing on my time. During my time as well, says Jalis.
Yeah, invalid person trying to get a little bit breathing room. Oh, corner slapping.
The slow frames?
Yeah, the slow frame managed, like allowed Jalis to catch the back to even after the whip.
That was brilliant. I mean, in that situation, I guess you would use the RC anyway, because like you whiff anything, you have to RC at that low health. But
Yeah,
smart.
it's a safe option to do in that situation.
But very good on Jalis for utilizing those slowed up frames to get the punish clear, comfortably.
Ooh, invalid value is getting dangerously close to popping.
Yeah, probably had to land those heavy strikes as fast as possible to sort of offset the blood build there. Oh man, gets the only the one hit, the optimal way to combo with the super.
And again, he gets the. Actually, what the fuck was that move called?
I think Shisuriyuki, the DP. Some sort of snow.
Yeah, like,
Man.
These rounds are then like wall break situations when Jalis is just doing Shisuriyuki. Like it's. I feel like he has done it already like 4 or 5 times. Like it's time to adapt.
Yeah, and I wonder because Nago DP round start is fairly nuanced. I think unless you hit the button, it's not gonna reach you. So it's kind of whiff punishable, but then you can manually also input the second hit, which might then stop your whiff punish attempt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going around that move.
Also, invalid again popping up. That's not good. You're dead. Oh, but Jalis is dropping the combo.
Jalis!
What is happening? That was a very easy guaranteed kill.
Oh! Did you just press a button against Nago with Blood Rage on and a 50 meter? Good reaction from Jalis there.
Yeah, like that was the classic win game, lose game, but win still anyway.
Yeah, it feels like both players kind of threw it there, but I mean, threw or a throw and a counter throw nullify each other, I guess.
Yeah, like if you pop with the Blood Rage, like it's like 1 whole second that you have time to like move in and do whatever you want. So I would assume that like with the Nago you could just put your forward and just do like a pick up.
I guess Jalis, because Jalis probably knew that it was almost close to going bust, so had to make a lot of split-second decisions there that he probably wasn't expecting per se. But again, Jalis looking with a very strong round. I mean, we all know that Jalis is strong, but I wasn't expecting it to be this decisive here. Because invalid value is one heck of a gamer.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like invalid value is like 1 step behind every time and like just gets punished a little bit more than Jalis. And this seems to be like a really, really explosive matchup too. So even slight mistakes, like you're just gonna lose like your whole HP bar.
Yeah,
just
you
like
know,
this.
I think it might be what we were talking about earlier, because I feel like invalid value is a little more neutral-oriented player, but it might work against them in this matchup. Jalis, on the other hand, is just no stranger to just going full throttle, balls to the walls.
Gets the buy. Here we have some free normal or like specials for a short time. Yes, the full shots. This is gonna hurt.
Yikes! Oh,
Not bursting. Oof, 1 mix-up away.
There's the burst, but man, there's so much life to go through here. That's a good start, though. I was trying to bait it.
Now. this time Jalis is ready for it.
Yeah, that's a smart ass burst. I think that's like one of the best bursts that you can make against Nagoriyuki. As soon as you realize that they're sort of on their way of going bust, you can prevent them from getting any blood whatsoever back. Like denying all the heavy swings during the combo, denying the super that's potentially at the end of the combo, like denying everything and just forcing them back to neutral and taking the blood deficits that's gonna come up.
Burst is definitely like extra bonus thing in this matchup. Like technically speaking, Nago player can be on verge of winning the game, and then you just burst and they just lose.
It is sort of like a meta game that not a lot of like newer players are gonna be thinking about, but it is one of those. I feel like it's the one thing that sort of makes or breaks playing against Nago.
Oh, there we go. That's gonna be a lot of blood. But he gets the super. Oh yeah, plenty of time to recover.
If Jalis is good at something, he's so good at just picking the right option for most of these RPS situations. It's like, man, Jalis feels like he feels like home here. He's like, this is just another Sunday for him.
And this is a match point. No, set point even.
Pretty much. Now, what is the adjustment that invalidvalue can make here?
It's the stray slide into counter it.
And it is true that like Jalis is a very different kind of beast. Unless you're used to playing against somebody this brave and aggressive, it can throw you off your game very easily.
Like just there, like before the bite, like Jalis was basically risking it all. Like he went with the slide in, and he would have popped from that special, and then just get it all on the bite.
Yeah, especially since you play the same character, you gotta be thinking like, no, he wouldn't risk it all, but when your opponent actually does.
Oh, nice. Good, fading the throw.
So hard baiting the burst there. Yo, invalidvalue going in. But again, the throw! Man, the massive throw range of Nago.
Baits the burst.
Gets a punish as well, that's so great! You rarely see those.
Yeah, not the strongest bait only. Like I feel like you could get a lot more damage, but still, that's extra damage and.
Last breath of life. Oh no, didn't.
Yeah, like invalidvalue was not paying attention to the opponent's meter.
Chip range. And there it is. Man, Jalis. I feel like it doesn't even. It wasn't even like that. It wasn't like neither player. It's not like they didn't know the matchup. It's just I feel like it's just 100% the playstyles clashing in favor of Jalis here.
Yeah, and like I would say that despite the score, like it wasn't like invalidvalue was like bulldozed over.
Right.
Like, it was still relatively even games.
But with the high damage of Nago and the blood rage being a highly relevant thing there, those things combined, yeah, it can swing one way or another very fast. But very happy to see the Finnish boys getting some decent results against some of these higher profile players as well. It's like Finland has been sort of very on the hush low end of things in Strive. I guess like a lot of people did consider Finland like one of the top European countries for Guilty Gear during Exerd. But now with all of these new competitors entering the ring and some of the old school players, like a lot of Finnish old school players, not really, either choosing to not play the game or just not playing as much. There's been a little bit of a decline in relative power level compared to rest of the competitive community, I guess.
So I guess it's my turn, so I'm gonna mute myself so I can focus, and let's hope for the best.
Good luck. All right, here it is. Gideon versus ZoKHiZ.
Mankind new. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Now, obviously Leo, very fresh addition still to ZoKHiZ's repertoire, has had a revival after not feeling Potemkin in this game very much, being a long-time Potemkin player, pretty much has played Potemkin in every single Guilty Gear game so far, has jumped onto the Leo train, and now we'll see if ZoKHiZ can repeat the strong showing that they had against Sierra Vice Gold Lewis a couple of events ago. Ooh, they're touching the parry stance immediately into the follow-up. Here we go, ZoKHiZ pressure. Misses the... Didn't quite get the pickup that they were looking for. And now in the corner against Gold Lewis. You know someone's gonna die very fast. Is that gonna be enough? Yes, it is. Man, the super delivering massive punch at the end there. And the rounds really do have potential of ending very fast here. It's Leo, not known for their neutral game. Probably wants to get in, wants to brawl as much as possible, but man, is it dangerous to be brawling against or with Gold Lewis. And Gideon, being a very, very experienced Gold Lewis player, it's gonna be a test of all of the abilities that ZoKHiZ has been able to accumulate on this character so far. Again, unfortunately missing the hit. Trying to go for the chip kill. ZoKHiZ smartly FDing all of it, but now out of meter, and there it is. Jump into jump D. The classic that all Gold Lewis players would like to run on you. Cross up, hits. Quick 1-2, decent damage, push them towards the corner. Here it is, here's the bot. Guarantee your approach. Oh man, that's a good trade. Man, slowly, ZoKHiZ is getting sort of chipped out. Tries to test the reactions of Gideon. But Gideon, first Berserker Slash. Shows the throw option, puts the cards on the table saying, I am ready for this stuff. Ooh, did we get the disconnection? Unfortunate. Well, if something positive, we were able to cruise through quite a few sets without getting disconnected after the first one. But hey, better now than at the end of the set, right? I would imagine a lot of Finnish players back home rooting for ZoKHiZ. Is, I guess, sort of a... You gotta say that ZoKHiZ is the underdog here, probably being the less experienced player with their character. Although then again, Gold Lewis hasn't been out for too long either. So it's not like Gideon has been able to practice this character for 6 months straight. Right, looking like that match went in favor of Zok. So opening it up. Unfortunately, yeah, that would have definitely been the set we wanted to see. That pressure. You know that one when you're playing a set and you feel like the opponent is gaining some momentum and you feel like, oh man, I gotta do something about this. Otherwise they're gonna run away with the lead. Now a lot of risk still on Gideon. Finds the hit. Finds the safe haven. Ooh, just swings against it. Gideon paused there. I think back, yeah, there's the back turn D. The only thing you can do in that situation, because you can't block, obviously. The good thing is that back turn D has a very fast startup. The parry stands powering through. Oh, almost gets there. But not quite. That's actually pretty cool. I guess if you can inch yourself forward during that minigun and then time your strike, maybe, just maybe you might be able to get a punish. Nice. The neutral jump there, making the throw whiff. I think baiting the burst there, Gideon that time didn't bite though. Very fast jump D. Able to clear some space for Gideon, and here we go. The hard knockdown, catches the backdash with close slash. That close slash has forward momentum, reaches pretty far, relatively. Oh, catches on the landing! The Strive landing frames, if you press a button or use additional air options, you're gonna go into landing recovery. There we go. The jump heavy, reaching far. And is that enough? Not quite. The defense and the guts of GoldLewis, making sure that they survive. And now this might be, oh, I was gonna say, it looks kind of dangerous for ZoKHiZ. For Gideon had 100 meter to spend and the security level as well, but no, manages to find the anti-air. But here we go, back against the corner. This is bad. This is where GoldLewis thrives. Look at that. Even with the FD, taking so much chip damage. Oh, is this it? ZoKHiZ does have very little meters to spend. Good decision there. Didn't really have the meter to actually get out of there, so chose the DP instead. Again, we have to gamble. Desperate times require desperate measures. Ah, it's so close, yet so far. Throwing a little too early. Oh no, did we get a disconnection again? Not like this. Say it isn't so, senpai. It honestly might be the server, like we were talking about earlier. Because we've been getting a lot of disconnections today. Yeah, it could also be there, just rematching really quick, which is usually the thing that makes this happen. Right, a two game lead for Gideon so far, but it looks like ZoKHiZ does have the tool. What ZoKHiZ needs is to get in the position, getting the pressure position, mix it up, and don't get cornered. That's pretty much the position where ZoKHiZ has been losing majority of the rounds, which is honestly that position where you're usually gonna lose to GoldLewis. When you get put in the corner, especially when they have 50 meters to go, you're gonna have to take so much pressure, so much chip damage on the way out. Right, Gideon grabbing another one in their name. And jumping back in. Now this is starting to be the critical territory for ZoKHiZ. being able to change the flow of the momentum here is gonna be important. If Gideon runs away with this lead, it starts getting in that territory where you have to win so many times in a row. It starts being, yeah, it starts being less and less probable as time passes. Also, what the heck is this song? Never heard this one before. Is this a remix? It's kind of cool. Right, Gideon finds a good jump in once again. Can't quite close it out here. But makes such fast work of ZoKHiZ once again. 5-1. Man, it's like ZoKHiZ is not able to find the opportunities very consistently here. This Behemoth Typhoon, Leo fucking dies. Oh, that's so smart. Going with the long-reaching low. ZoKHiZ was holding onto the parry stance a little too long. And now here we go. How much is it gonna chip? Nice, that's one response that you can go for. Lots of inmove frames, lots of reach. Leo is able to reach that Behemoth Typhoon from almost half screen away. But again, Gideon grasping the momentum here, swinging away. Zok again has to gamble, forced to gamble with that DP instead of blocking and perishing. But it do be. Oh, but misses the punch though. Stroke of luck for ZoKHiZ. Now gets to keep the momentum. Ooh, no whiff punish there. The reversal gold burst. Able to. Oh my goodness, that's actually gonna hit. RC. This might actually kill. Not quite, but ZoKHiZ at 0 life. Man. What can you do? Gideon, every single hit that they deliver, they make it count. It's like every single hit just basically deletes Leo from the screen. And here we go, once again. Look at that, already in the corner. ZoKHiZ finding a strike, but again, the risk reward. If Leo hits a stray far slasher 5 heavy, you don't really get that much damage out of that. But as opposed to that, if Goldest manages to land a Behemoth Typhoon from half screen, that's a considerable hit. Even if you land only that Behemoth Typhoon, even that in itself is probably more than you can get with Leo. Alright, good parry. But now ZoKHiZ desperately needs this. This is set point for Gideon. Nice, vacuums backwards. Into the bot. Gets you using the bot for the combo as well as the Oki afterwards. Now, one hit might be it. Is that it? He has RC? No RC! Oh, and that's it. Man. Yeah, that was...
I'm not gonna say that like 1 to 4 rollback frames is gonna make it impossible to wreck anything on the neutral, but it might be the case.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sometimes, I guess, as they say, it do be like that. And with online, sometimes we gotta take what we're given.
I mean, it happens, like, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, and Goldest is very good at capitalizing on all sorts of hiccups, so...
Yeah, it's just a little bit rough when you have, like, no control of the neutral and can't, like, whiff punish anything. It's like you're just gonna run up into Typhoons because, yeah, what you gonna do?
Yeah, especially since, like, judging by how you played the Goldest matchup earlier, it's I know I as a very usually neutral-oriented player, I would know that when you can't get those timings right, when you are playing that reactive style of gameplay, it can get hard if the connection doesn't give it.
Yeah, and it's very much like I said, it's like one of the more footsie-based matchup in this game, in my opinion. Like if you can't play it, like you're just gonna lose to the Typhoon.
Yeah, if you can't get the whiff punish when you're looking for it, you get rolled back, like a bad rollback, miss an opportunity. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, still no sign of Sierra Vice, so I guess we'll just have to postpone that for another day. Slightly unfortunate. I was really looking forward to seeing Aggu play, because the matchup I set Aggu up with last week was a little bit on the rougher side of things, so would have definitely enjoyed to see them play more chip in a different matchup. But I mean, yeah, that's definitely an option if we have someone of relatively equal skill level, I suppose. So let me check what Aggu signed up with. So we're probably looking at roughly player of maybe 1.5k in-game level. If someone identifies themselves as 1.5 Celestial player, that would probably be our target player type here. Oh, I mean 1.5k like in-game level.
Yeah.
So like, what is that in world dollars? It's like
some 15 billion or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to like display it that way.
I mean, obviously that method of ranking players is always sort of deceptive, because a lot of players do play outside of Celestial, where you're not able to accumulate as much like in-game level. But yeah, if Jalis wants to jump in for another one, that works for me. Yeah, the secret is just make Jalis explode and then punish. It's simple, right?
Oh, but Jalis already booted up Final Fantasy, the retirement home.
The retirement home for all FGC players. KOF? Yo?
I mean, I don't mind playing another set, like if we get like a little bit better connection this time, like. But I haven't played, I guess, as Chip much at all yet with Leo, so I don't know how it will gonna go.
That's a possible thing we could do as well.
I barely know nothing about the matchup with Leo.
Play pot? Not sure if that's what Zok wants to do here.
I mean, you can't pay me enough money to play Potemkin at the moment.
Yeah, once you get the once you're in the groove with a character, it does feel bad going back to another one. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like AgguBaggu is willing to play, so I guess we can do this.
Yeah. Right, through a couple twists and turns, we have our final set of the evening, an encore for ZoKHiZ.
Man, I just hope it goes a little bit better on the net play side of things. Though, then again, like I said, I have like 1 or 2 matches against Chip with Leo, so this is gonna be rough because I don't know what my options are yet.
Right, Chip versus Leo. Historically, I think Chip usually not the most happy character to play against these sort of explosive infighters, especially explosive infighters that have buttons that sort of do good against Chip's buttons. Because Chip is like, what Chip has at neutral is usually like the superiority through your pokes. But when you're facing an infighter that can, you know, turn the risk reward upside down on you, and in addition to that also challenge your buttons at neutral, you're usually looking at a difficult matchup for Chip. And I think it's probably not as bad as it was in Exert, but I think this might still theoretically be slightly Leo favorite. But both players said that they haven't played this matchup too much. So all theoretical knowledge potentially out of the window, and we're gonna see how these two can adapt here live. The matchup that they haven't played that much. Ooh, the DP baited though. Immediate burst, yep, Aggu was feeling it. That could have potentially been near death for Chip, the softest character in the game. And speaking of not having matchup knowledge, Chip is definitely one of those characters who have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. So that's one matchup where you definitely want to know what's going on. Because it's very easy for Chip to sort of overwhelm you with tricky to counter stuff if you don't know the right answers for the right jobs. And like even if ZoK has played this matchup as Potemkin, it's gonna be so different. Like playing it as a slow grappler versus playing as a slightly more mobile infighter is yeah, your options for various situations are gonna be so different. Especially since Leo has some really interesting tools like the parry stance. The cross up. Oh, tried to go for the DP. Now here, Aggu's punished. Is that gonna be enough? Did have the 50 meter, but not quite able to bring it home. Oh man, the balls to go for a reversal Rekka 1. I think that was Aggu was very confident with that read, was saying that, all right, I think you're not gonna go for a meaty here, maybe respecting my DP, so instead opting to go forward and try to tag them out of their backwalk in this situation. Oh, doubles it up! Overhead. Gotta keep in mind that Rekka 2 into Rekka 3 or the low Rekka into overhead Rekka does not normally combo. So even when Chip is doing combos, gotta be ready for that reset, potentially. Another one of those tricky things if you aren't actively conscious about. Can really catch you off guard. There's the block. When Aggu finds a way in, Chip, very mobile, has... For air mobility, has an additional couple of air jumps, or an extra air jump compared to the rest of the cost. Oh, nice backdash, baits the DP, gets the punish. Oh man, from ways. I looked away for a second and ZoKHiZ is already 6Ping from half screen. Wow, what was the button that ZoK caught there? Damn. Alright, full stick of butter, positive bonus. We have so many options here. ZoK sitting on 1 win, opting to just chill here. Ooh, has to RC that backdrift into the pressure. finds a way out. Here we go. Ooh. I think Aggu baiting the DP there, very respectful, or maybe even the reversal burst. But basically same situation where ZoKHiZ found themselves earlier. Zok saying, look, I think you're gonna respect, so I'm gonna capitalize on that fear and just grab you. Ooh, the burst. Not. Ooh, never mind. Able to flip the position here. But Zox gets out. Berserker 2 or Berserker slash to flip the position. It's gonna be big damage. So, ooh, a little late on the super. I think went into the parry stance accidentally. And the overhead. Here we go. Has all the meter in the world. But that high up in the air can't really use the super to break the wall, I think. Just like that, spending the meter, that was actually smart. Probably the best option that Zok could do. As soon as he saw the opportunity to put Aggu in a block string, just spend the meter, force them to block, and try to forcefully run offense. Because Aggu had, I think, had 100 meter and the positive bonus as well. It's gonna be so rough if Chip gets to land anything on block there. Alright, a small combo. Looking for a way out. There we go. Ooh, interesting. Yo, Zok was so ready for that. And a slight delay. Walk back. Checking if Aggu wants to hang themselves. And back turn P to the gut. Oh, did I miss a point earlier? Again, this time ZoKHiZ is ready to stand up and block the overhead Rekka. Should be right. All right, good. All right, ZoKHiZ looking for the last tick. Nice tech. And a decent burst as well from ZoKHiZ. Has the life lead here. Just looking for that one touch. Ooh, very nice. The classic. Against projectiles, instant air dash, counter hit, get a big punish. Now, unfortunately, didn't find the meter to get the hard knockdown here, yeah. You would much rather have the KD and run some sort of an Oki afterwards, but like, we have to take what we can get. And sometimes the wall break happens, and you just have to take it. Nice air to air. Air to airs this set have been working pretty well for ZoKHiZ. Nice this shimmy. Baits the throw from ZoKHiZ. Not punished very badly though so far. Again, RC. Run that overhead, run it again, but ZoKHiZ has seen that so many times already. And definitely a player who's prone to adapting what opponent is doing mid-set. I guess one of the downsides of Leo is you're kind of forced to, like, a lot of your character power comes from the back turn stance. So by that virtue, you're kind of forced to also run with back turn pressure, sort of making yourself vulnerable to far-reaching reversals from the opponent, such as if they have a DP that reaches far away, which in Chip's case, Chip does have that. So sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you have to commit really hard, where you really can't, like, you're basically gambling, like, all right, are they gonna DP? If they're gonna DP, I will not be able to block it because I'm in back turn. And if you want to call it out, you have to commit to options like maybe back turn D, or like doing nothing and trying to react to the startup of their move. But I mean, that's really not gonna happen with these fast DPs, right? Ooh, tricky there. PRC keeps the momentum, but small combos. Both players flipping the position. Here it is. S Sonic Boom. Very decent tool, especially at the end of the rounds. It's not gonna do much if the opponent has decent amount of life, but especially for closing out the rounds with. It's a decent like one hit thing you can throw out at neutral. Ooh, finds the hit with the parry stance strike. Aggu trying to find their way out. ZoKHiZ so conscious of the opponent's options here. that's, in my opinion, that's like the most terrifying kind of player. The player who's just fine, sort of standing there, kind of hanging around, feeling it, seeing what options you're about to play as an escape option. It's like, I can tell you from an experience, if a strong player is looking for your super jump air dash out, you're never gonna escape that with that tool. They're gonna chase you, they're gonna throw you back into the corner, get the KD, and go from there. Ooh, big six heavy. They have the super available here, yes, indeed. Not quite gonna be a kill, but this time, gonna get the heart knocked down. And the mix-up, what's it gonna be? Jump in, go, jump heavy, and fight. This time finds the overhead. You might as well play that option at that point. If you're... So ZoKHiz's adjustment so far has been standing up and blocking it, but that's not too bad for you. If you can spend that 50 meter, you can just RC it, go with additional pressure. What you're really afraid of is if you're throwing that Rekka 3 or that overhead Rekka and they're ready to jab it out of the air, then it doesn't matter if you have 50 meter or not, you're gonna get punished. Ooh, a very straight hit. The jump heavy, hitting from behind, hitting all over. Here's the DP from ZoK. And both players with a lot of meter. Missing the Rekka 2 meaty there, doesn't matter. ZoK has the juice, the super at the end. Bam! Gonna take another round. Really unfortunate that Aggu didn't get to spend all that meter that they accumulated, but it does be like that. Oh, nice! The Rekka 1. Slightly minus on block. But the thing with Chip is, your buttons are usually very strong as far as not only by their hitboxes but also their startups. So you can, a lot of the times you can get away with that, like Rekka 1 on block. And then continuing your pressure, especially since you have the cancel opportunity, the very, very wide cancel window to the low Rekka to threaten with a frame trap as well. ZoK picking up a lot of steam, adjusting to a lot of the tools here from Aggu. Again, another great air-to-air. Lots of rewards for that for ZoKHiZ as well. Wall break, not quite the kill, but again, one touch. Chip does have the mobility to play the evasion, but it's really problematic because Chip can stay mobile, Chip can stay very elusive, but if you want to get in on the opponent, you kind of have to take a risk eventually. That's kind of the double-edged sword for Chip. Being able to be evasive and be safe, but if you actually want to play, if you want to pressure the opponent, you're gonna have to gamble with your life. Ooh, nice. ZoKHiZ is so ready for that. Ooh, yeah. That's the thing that we were talking about earlier. ZoKHiZ felt like they were in a position where they can't make that DP with in any other way but going into the hard read backturn D. But that time Chip DP just didn't reach far enough. Ooh, that's gonna hit. What a whiff punish. Bets it all on Sanzeroga. That super is that super definitely has some whiff punish potential. If you whiff anything full screen, it's gonna get there in no time. But it is one of the most dangerous supers to throw out. Not just the fact that Chip leads the most in the game, but also because that super puts you in the corner, allowing your opponent to get pretty much the best combo that they could ever hope for. Jump in, left unchecked from ZoKHiZ, another good, oh my god, and ZoKHiZ converts another air-to-air exchange. That wasn't even a counter hit, just perfectly ready to go with it. 5-1 now, very considerable lead here for ZoK.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society, so instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beast.
Oh, is it 6-1? Man, I've been talking non-stop shit here during this set, so I wouldn't be surprised if I missed 1 point. It's known to happen with QK here and there. There it is. Sometimes you have to come out of the stance, do it again, get the throw. You wouldn't think that Leo, with their back turn, that the more common approach is to keep the pressure going, maybe walk forward a little, utilize the plus frames, and then stagger pressure. But Leo does have the option to get out of the stance and throw you instead as well. Ooh, tricky. Missing the meaty, but queuing up the meaty, queuing up another strike to catch Aggu. Yeah, so it might actually, this might be it. So that might have been actually 7.
Yeah, it says 7-1 on the
All right.
matches.